Never say never. Never say never.
Never say
As a
never.
matter of fact, right after, well, right after getting this position with the Arkansas Black Marriage Association, I did kind of get my feet a little wet with the decision to get back in on actually a higher
Hmm.
position in politics. That didn't really pan out.
Hmm.
Again, timing is of the essence, but I'd never say never. Not sure if I'd ever run for the position of mayor again, but yeah, I know a little bit more
Just
now,
never
so
know.
I may go right to the power source.
That's it. That's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Well, it's like we were talking earlier, with all the connections you made as mayor, obviously that allowed you that once your time was up to fall on your feet. So as you said before, you are the executive administrator for the Black Mayors Association, which means you work with all the black mayors in Arkansas, basically, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can
Yes.
you tell us about that? That's very interesting.
I sure and thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to share. As I mentioned before, um, that connection kind of came about, or it did come about once I was elected as mayor. And so I was very grateful to be able to be with other mayors that understood what we go through. And I say we because we're living in a time now where we understand that things aren't always equal. So our challenges sometimes look different from our Caucasian counterparts. So it was very beneficial to be able to share with people that understood the struggles and the challenges that I was going through. But being in this position now, I can use some of the knowledge that I gained as a mayor to help other mayors. I have a different insight than the other staff members because I know what goes in a day for a mayor. I understand that mayors are very busy. I understand that, their time is very important. I understand even with that they need a little extra in different areas to kind of
Hmm.
help with grant opportunities, with networking opportunities. So that helped me to be able to come into this position with a lot of insight as to what the mayor's life looks like. Even with those connections with the different mayors, being in this position with Arkansas Black Mayors Association, it's a whole new set of networking opportunities because not only on the state level, but the national and federal level. Right now, we're working on working through a federal grant with the Watershed Project. So just a
Hmm.
whole other gamut of networking opportunities and different angles to be able to work and to continue to be able to assist people. This job gives me a way to assist mayors in other cities, but also a way to help the residents right here in El Dorado. We were able to be a part of that watershed project because of our connections with ABMA.
Hmm.
So that has been very beneficial to have that insight on a personal level to know what the mayors go through. There are many times, even through this
Hmm.
job, when I'm talking with them, they'll tell me, you know what we have to go through. And so I have that personal insight with them. Even when we're doing things
Hmm.
like going over our bylaws, going over resolutions, and all of those things. I had to do all of that in the position of mayor, and so it's kind of a second nature for me now.
So I know you spoke about the watershed program, which is a great program throughout Arkansas. But besides that, what are some of the other programs that the Black Mayors Association are taking the leadership role on?
So we always like to share grant opportunities with some of our rural and smaller cities. We can get a lot of information to them for that. We help. We've helped with networking when there have been issues where our smaller cities needed water, and that may seem like something small because we live here in El Dorado, but some of our cities they're not having any other assistance.